In relation to sabi, I'm Ricky Suma from DCU actually. In relation to sa tanong nyo, sa sagot nyo kanina about sa mga hospital, totoo bang ipalapat sa ng mga doktor ng hospital ng isa? And then second, yung nag-inaugurate po kayo ng Jutep, may sinabi kayong mga specialist na 10 billion ng cash advances. Nag-file mo ba tayo ng cash advances?
10.2 billion ang commercial obligation na na-incur. And about 3 billion cash advances.
Did you file the cases again?
One, that's not true about the doctors. I think talagang may mga politiko lang na hindi pa nakamukuha. Ngayon, with regard to COS and JO, usually pagka-transition, minimum of 2 months ang delay. It's not because walang chape for PS or payments for contract of service and other professionals. Yan ang item dito. Pero lahat naman na to add to the good news, nakuha nga ng mga doktor ngayon, medical and non-medical. Yung anim na hospital at saka buong MHD. Yung kanilang PhilHealth share. At paldo-paldo yung mga doktor mo. Kasi in-equal po eh. So wala ka nang mababalitaan na ambulance driver, 300 pesos lang ang share. Wala na. Pinagpantay-pantay. Third, sa October 8, you attend to may update kami dyan. Kasi we found already a very strong evidence. And that's the time that we are going to do what we need to do.
Evidence against whom?
Doon sa binanggit ni Ricky. Ayaw ko lang pangunahan eh. Basta sa 8. Hindi kasi, not until we sign it. Kasi nakakuha na namin lahat talaga. Sabi sa iyo, mahirap lusutan yung mga ganung bagay. Unti-unti, lalabas din ang katotohanan. In fact, pa-share ko lang sa inyo yung isang glimpse. Yung meat. May meatbuster sa Audio. Kasi nung araw, I think alam to ng Manila Press. Now, I'm City Orbit, particular. May isang tao nag-claim, kaya raw siya nahirapan mag-mayor, kakabayan ng utang. Sa totoo, wala pa tayong pera. Kaya nakabayan tayo ng utang natin. Yung utang, yung literal na utang. And by October 8, I will prove it to you how much for a short period of time. This is something. For a short period of time, in less than 100 days, how much did we pay already for the 10.2 PYO or commercial obligation done by the past? Out of 10.2 billion. Tapos tatapat ko naman yung ipinagsisinungalingan nila na kaya sila nahirapan dahil daw sa inutang natin nung pandemya. Makikita din doon, hindi pwedeng ikubli. Bangko ng gobyerno itong binabayaran ko. BBP and Land Bank. May kwentas yun. May kwenta yun. So, may meatbuster sa October 8. Abangan nyo. Pero at least dito ko na rin unti-unting na.
May konting scope lang. Okay, Christy.
Morning po. I'm Christina Pisco sa Mahang Vlogging Info. Sir, I just want to ask, how prepared is Manila sa the big one? Meron na ba tayong na-create na-identify na mga evacuation centers? And yung EMS na i-set up na po ba natin kasi importante sila pag dumating na. And the second question po is yung College of Allied Health. Is it only for Manila residents or pwede rin mag-apply yung mga galing sa ibang cities?
Okay, unahin yung PLM kasi mas madaling sagutin nyo. Once we build the Pamatasan Luzon na Manila, dati ang tawag ko, ang pangarap ko, ang tawag ko, College of Medicine, pero I was corrected already. Pamatasan Luzon ng Maynila, College of Health and Allied Sciences, something like that. No? Yes, we're gonna build it. But I never interfere as a matter of personal choice sa policy ng PLM and UDM. Whoever they're going to accept, for their colleges. I would prefer Manilans. But if the space is enough for everyone to be accommodated and within the capacity, logistical capacity or fiscal capacity of the institution, kaya, bakit naman hindi? But I will leave it to the board to answer that later on kung ito ba yung kalahatan. Two, are we ready? Again, I'll go back to the same answer. How strong? How big? That hindi natin mahula. Do we have enough doctors, medical frontliners, EMS, or what you call first responder? Do we have enough? In a normal situation, we have more than enough. Sabi, katulad halimbawa ng Mundoy, yung gano'n, no? O katulad halimbawa yung 2,000 families na nasunugan. Kumbaga, hindi ko masagot siya diretso kasi hindi ko mahulaan how big the damage is. But, matapos na yung renovation ng ating evacuation site sa Paseco, and still we have evacuation site with Delpan. And thanks to Superintendent ng ating SDO, kasi since I became mayor again, through the school board, we are now allowed, natural na, hindi na kailangan ng maraming pang requisitos to utilize our 100 plus school buildings in case needed. And in fact, in fairness sa ibang principal, yung mga nangasunog lately, in-accommodate naman, lalo na yan. Very accommodating yung Vicente Lim kasi nag-ilang sunog na dito sa west of Manila. So, facility, meron. Professionals, meron. Capacity in terms of transport, meron. Meron na meron. Gamot, nag-stabilize na supplies natin despite na there is about 2 billion obligation in the past. Total equipment and medicine supply. Nag-normalize na. Hindi ko lang ma-assess how big is the big one. But we were told by MMDA to prepare our city. And other cities will ask also to do so. So we have enough. And it will never be enough kung malasiriya itong mangyayari. Which I don't wish to. Kasi Marami tayong light material.
Yung, may sigit ko lang, Mayor, yung pong mga condominium na ginawa po ninyo, lahat po ba ng nakatira doon, galing po sa mga informal squatter?
Yes. Most of them.
Opo. So, ilang porsyento na po ng squatter ng Maynila at kanilagay na po natin doon?
Malayo pa kami sa katotohanan. We are really far away.
Sa dami naman
Hindi pa kami nakadent. We are talking of thousands of families already. Naitaas natin ang kalidad ng that includes pa sa community, condominium 1, condominium 2, and so on and so on. With all honesty, I have to be fair to the public and to you guys. Hindi pa kami nakakadent. Kaya nga sabi ko ito yung isang araw nagkukwentuhan kami. Yung tinira sa flood control, 800 billion. That's 800 building at 1 billion. At 20 story at 300. 42 square meter, 2 bedroom. That's about 800 buildings. 800 buildings times 300.
300 families.
No, 300 families. 200,000? 200,000?
200 families. 200,000 families.
Din-achieve natin yung goal ni BBM para sa kanya. It could have been.
Yeah.
It could have been. No? For purposes of ano lang.
Kung hindi na corrupt.
Hindi naman. I don't know who's corrupt or not. I don't want to venture on that narrative, especially nowadays. Yung mga politiko, sila na nagtuturuan eh. I'm just trying to, what is way forward? Ano ba ang way forward? No? Could have been, like you try to inspire, Albert Elementary School, 10-story, 1 hectare, fully air-conditioned, public school with all the facilities in it, cost only about 1.1, 1.2 billion. Just imagine what we can do with money that confront social perennial problem. So in this case, urban settlement. Di ba? Sayang. Pero ngayon, hindi naman kami natigil kasi pangarap natin yon, vision natin yon for Manila. How far can we go? I really don't know. But are we moving forward again? Yeah. Because it stagnated in the last 3 years. Are we moving forward again? As I have said kanina, by first quarter of 26, we start the groundbreaking again and start building in-city vertical housing program. Pero we're talking of thousands of families already that we have served. But with the numbers, it's not yet parang ano ba?
Importante, unti-unti, mayroong na tutulungan na magkaroon ng sariling
5,000 of families.
Hindi naman masasolve kasi yung poverty sa isang ano lang
Malaking mababawas sa mga squatter.
Sige, sa ABS-CBN.
Good morning, Mayor. Josie Cruzat from ABS-CBN. Mayor, sumunod lang ako ng konti doon sa preparation or at least kahandaan ng Manila for the big one. We understand na we cannot predict how strong the earthquake will be. Pero, nagkakandak ng ibang city ng mga inspections sa mga buildings. How strong are our buildings in terms of this kind of calamity?
Again, I am no scientist and engineer. As per records, okay. Ang problema nga natin, katulad niyan, 6.9 Cebu. And it destroys century-old structure. Century-old structure. With better, I think, structure at the time. So now with the technology and the high-rise, the ongoing high-rise development in the city, siguro may bagong technology. But I cannot promise you tomorrow. What I can promise you, are we ready to face the challenges? We are ready Kung second question is, sasapat ba? Depende kung how big it is. Pero nagkagaya kami. Hindi kami na tigil. Doon sa third floor, yung gagawin na flood control monitoring system. Diba yung second floor, imbakan ng bodega ng patay, freezer. Yung third floor nun will be the storage facility of machineries for search of human during the time. Kasi yung mga makina na yan, mga sensitive machine yan. Ganito lang, hindi naman malalaki yan.
Ito yung may gulong, pumapasok.
Those are the things na gusto namin. But it has to be stored properly. You cannot just bring it in an ordinary, any jumbo, merig, taxi. So those are the things na pagkakayak natin. Ang mga ambulansya natin, medyo ayos naman. We have fully trained EMS, and we continue to partner with Red Cross for the trainings and activities for our people to be familiar with the situation and what they're going to do is being conducted. So hopefully, let's just hope and pray that it will not hit Metro Manila. Kasi hindi naman doon sa Manila. Sigurado naman ako, it's gonna happen. If it is going to happen, it's gonna happen in Metro Manila. Because it's so big, the line was so big, our scientists already told us and informed us, MMD has been coordinating with this since nung ako pa yung first time ko mag-mayor. Nauna lang yung pandemic tumama sa atin. Pero we were informed already at that time.
Final question na lang from my end, Mayor. Sir, dun sa 160 million taxes na nakolekta natin from the contractors, galing po ba ito dun sa 300 plus contractors na hindi nakapagbayad? Ilan po yung nakapagbayad ng tax at ilan pa yung collectibles?
Yun, tama ka. Galing dun yun. Sa mga nag-disregard sa gobyerno ng Maynila. And good for them, to those who pay. Kasi, alam mo, taxes, pabigat na remain yan. But for those who did not yet. But there are, day-to-day, may dumarating pa 3 milyon, pa 5 milyon. May dumarating naman. Hindi naman ako mahinipin Ang importante, nasowa sila. They were properly informed. Halimbawa, mayroon pang darating na napalagpuan namin o nakita namin, ay isusuwa namin ulit ito. Second, to your question, first assessment namin on available data lang under the website ni President Bongbong Marcos or Office of the President. We're about supposed to collect 220. Mga 220. Nakaka-160 na kami. At least, with Paul, meron kami. Nagagamit naman namin ngayon. Hopefully nga, magkaroon pa tayo ng maraming ganito. Ngayon, tungkol lang ba ito sa flood control? Meron kayo din natatanong ako na magtatanong sa paano yung mga ibang ahensya ng gobyerno? Kasi may mga DOH project na nasa Maynila. Maliwanag naman yung batas. It doesn't distinguish what agencies. As long as you're doing those kind of projects, you contracted it under the tax code. You need to pay contractors.
Tax code yung nag-govern.
Tax code yung nag-govern. Kasi ginagawa namin sa privado kailan gawin din namin sa gobyerno? Unless explicitly stated in the agreement of law that it waives all necessary or regulatory fees and so on and so on. But in the absence of such, the tax code
Mayor, marami pong mga government offices dito sa Maynila.
Yes.
Ilang percent po ang naiaambang nila sa tax?
Ay, depende. May mga building na walang yaba. Kasi depende nga sa existing laws.
Malaga ka, hindi ba pwede sigilin ang milyar yun?
may mga even national government agency buildings. Hindi ko lang maisa-isa, pero may mga
Real estate tax.
milyar.
Milyar.
Ang ano lang, Mayor, assurance na 100% ng mga tax na ito galing man sa pribado o sa gobyerno o yung mga national agency, talagang mapupunta para sa bayan o Manila.
Ay sisinupin namin. Sige, maka-scoop kayo ulit. Sisinupin namin tingnan ninyo Although nasabi ko naman kanina ito sa ceremony. Kasi part ko ng presentation namin. Alam mo yung fiscal policy direction namin, approaching this 10.2 billion commercial obligation. When we introduce that policy, cutting unnecessary expenses or expenditures. Kasi nangyayari, ang Maynila ay malaking money agency dahil sa politika. We need JO. In fact, I just kay Ricky kanina, isa yun sa mga sagot ko, COS or Contract of Service. Meron kami JO. So, okay naman yun. No question about it. Kaya lang it was rape. Abuse. Last election. Sabi ko, we cannot tolerate this. So we did some measures. Ito na yung epekto. Ito na yung, makikita nyo naman yung numero ito sa presentation namin. Pero ito na yung epekto. You know, what is the effect of those policy? On a particular sets of expenditures pa lang, iba pa yung income generating, yung kinokolekta mo ng tama. Yung kinokolekta mo ng tama. Doon sa isang initiative namin, naramdaman na kagad, nakita na kagad. Minus 7.1% on July. On August, minus 7.8%. If these savings, not literally saving the money, but saving for unnecessary cost, that will go to, if this will continue, that's 6 months times 7%, that's 42%. Or pre-up on our GF or general fund. Malaki talaga.
So yung savings na yun, babalik sa tao yun.
Ano siya? Magagastos mo ngayon yung perang natira. Kasi hindi siya savings May tustusin Magagastos mo siya ngayon sa PYO. Yung unti-unti mo mababayaran, yung iniwan nung nagdaang panahon. Actually, hindi ko siya tinatawag na utang Manunuba. Sinuba mo
Di man yung nasuba nung nakaraan.
Hindi. Totoo naman I'll tell you straight. Raymond, magkano cellphone mo? Ito, let's just say, magkano cellphone mo? Bilhin ko. Kinuha ko. Hindi kita binayaran. Ano tawag doon? Stapa. Ganito rin yun. Kinuha ko yung paracetamol. Kinuha ko yung amoxicillin. Sa'yo. Hindi kita binayaran. Since 2022, 2023, 2024. And yet you can afford to chuck up JO on November, December, January, February, March. From a regular 68 to 482 million. Pero, di mo binayaran. Ang tawag doon, manunuba nga ang tawag siya. Kaya naawa ko na ang impression sa Maynila, ang hirap magnegosyo dyan sa gobyerno ng Maynila, manunuba yung mga estapador lahat yan. Which will happen. Hindi na kami pagkakatiwalaan. Tandaan mo, Raymond, umaasa kami sa supply. If nobody will deal business with us supplying our syringe, latex, bulak, gamot, equipment, how can we? So I am now, what do you call this? Forced to do what is correct. It may not be right, but at least what is correct. Correct. Kasi pag-iisipin mo, normal nun, di ba? Alam mo yung right doon. Mga walang niya kayo, kayo nagpusap-pusap, pwede ka ba yan, ako ngayon magbabayan. Pwede kong gawin excuse. But the next generation will suffer. The next generation of leaders will suffer. The next generation of people of Manila will suffer. If nobody will trust Manila because we are bad business partners. Ay, dati kadugyutan lang ang pinoproblema mo. Ngayon, baka ghost town na yun. So that's why, because of this efficiency in collection, tapos masinop ang paggasta, hindi ko magasta ng walang kapararakan, tapos continuous cutting all those PYO, commercial obligation. Kaya ko siya tinatawag na commercial obligation. Kinuha ko yung service mo, hindi kita binayaran. Sinuba kita. Yun ang tawag ko doon. Pero yung pumunta ako sa Land Bank at DBP, sabi ko, oy, meron akong windfall under Mandanas ruling. Oh, pwede ko ba i-cash advance yun? Sabi ng bangko, approve.
Kaya kayang bayaran yung utang.
Exactly. Ang tawag doon, financial engineering. That answers the Mandanas ruling. So wala kang sinusuba. G to G. Gobyerno sa gobyerno. Ito, privado. Pero, that is water under the bridge. Lahat naman ng vindication nasa dulo.
Okay, meron po tayong tanong. Yes, dito.
Tracy Cabrera po.
Tracy.
At Tracy, siya lang muna.
Silon.
Ako.
Yung Dolomite Beach, parang hindi na makamit sa mga news. Kasi posibleng dahilan ng mabilis na pagpahasa ngayon. Kung tayo na pag-aralan na pwedeng butasin yung Dolomite Beach so that mas makakaganda.
Actually, sir, one ex-national government who did that under what you call the Mandamus ruling. The national government and local government were required to clean up the, that's where it started, the bay side or body of water in Manila. Now, they created the Mandanas ruling group. And one of the proposal at that time was to put up a beach. Pero under that beach, meron nung tinatawag na water filtration system along Roas Boulevard. And there is a tube. So, yung tubig sa Top Avenue, Paya, Pedro Hill, Remedios, Quirino, lahat yun, mayroong catchment, may pumping station, dadaan sa water filtration, tapos may mahabang tubo sa ilalim ng buhangin, all the way mga ilang metro pa. Now, the challenge now is MMDA and I, itong kasalukuyan na itong pagbabagyo, ang nakita namin, hindi na sapat yung tubo. Kumbaga yung tubo sa volume ng tubig, hindi niya na kaya i-treat muna bago lalabas sa tubo, malinis na sa dagat. Because of the volume. Kaya umaapaw. Kaya ang permanent solution is ayusin yung drainage system sa Top Avenue, catchment, and palakihan yung load capacity to produce from wastewater to tolerable level of new water passing through that machine hanggang doon sa Navy or what do you call it? Yung mga yacht club. Yun talaga. So far, wala pa namang scientifico nag-abiso sa akin o sa kanila, sa national government. That cause, the flooding is because of that buhangin. It's the machine that they built. It's not enough anymore. The tube or the capacity. Kasi nakita nyo yung ginawa namin ni pinagpapasalamat ko kay Chairman Artes. Nung dinala yung mobile pumping station na 6 na tubo, hindi nagbaha yung Pedro Hill, Maura, Mabini. Kasi yung mga tubo niya papunta lahat. Lagos na. So it only proves a theory na hindi na kaya yung volume ng tubig.
Drainage.
Galing sa drainage para i-pump out sa Manila Bay. Pero it needs to pass through that filtration or cleaning system. Tingin ko yun ang long-term solution.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kay Tracy.
Good morning po. Good morning po. Yung earlier on po, sabi niyo yung tungkol sa pagpasok niyo sa tanggapan ng mayor, ay nawala ho yung mga gamit. Does that mean pati furniture? So,
Yes, sorry. Pati yung mga bawal na bawal yun, Tracy. Hindi lang talaga ako piko sa politika. Yung structure, permanent structure, dudurugin mo. Kahit sa upa, di ba, bawal mo, tanggalin yun. Durug yun, di ba?
Hindi ho ba nakahabla kasi 100 days na po. Just curious. 100 days na, yung mga nag-occupy na dapat na sampahan na ng kaso. Kasi pag nanakaw yun, hindi naman sa kanila yung equipment.
Yung iniwan nila, yung may PIN or property index number. Yung mga furniture na i-donate sa akin nung araw, personally, nagamit naman nila, pati yung mahabang lamesa, pati yung supang tinutulugan ko, naalala niyo yung 3 buwan ako natutulog sa CBO. Lahat yun, pati yung Ogawa. Yung Yumanyang kapag sila nag-donate sa akin noon. Sila rin. Pero iniwan ko lang natin. Pati yung gymnasium ko na binili. Kasi nung nag-ano ko nakaka-ensayo ako sa loob ng city kasi wala na akong time. So when I wake up, run konti. Lahat yun,
Wala lahat yan.
Hindi, pero kung mga iniwan ko yun.
Pero nawala lahat.
Wala din.
Ang tinira yung TV na sa floor. Kasi hindi lang mauwi. Kakulong-kulong yun, eh.
Yung aquarium.
Wala.
Tinira din yung aquarium.
Naiulam yata, pati isda.
Yung na.
Yes, Andy.
Ang naiwan talaga sa Maynila, basura sa kayong 2 bowl. Yun ang naiwan.
Yung ano na lang po, yung kasi may announcement si Dr. Herbosa na may mga ghost health centers.
Oy, salamat.
Sabi niyo, plano niyo na ayusin lahat ng mga health centers sa Maynila. Meron po ba kayo nakunan ng mga ghost health center? Yung mga istasyon ng police, puro ghost. Hindi parang ghost.
Hindi, mas maganda siguro, mukhang mas may idea na si Secretary Tel. Pwede niya na kaming abisuhan. Baka kasi mamaya, let's just say kasi may ugali yung ibang congressman. On the road, magnyanyangahan lang sila ng DPWH o ng tayo ng health center dyan. Hindi ko kuha ng permit, building permit. Most likely, baka paglabas ko dyan, may health center bigla yun. Those are the things that confuses you, no? That's why, baka may idea na si Secretary Ted, ako will be happy to see that. Kasi talagang I will not tolerate it. In fact, ang basic nun, talagang kailangan namin silang isowa. Ngayon, kung sa kanila, baka may nagkatira ballpen, hindi talaga nag-i-exist yung project, pero sa ballpen, nagawa, napirmahan, na-checkehan, kumpleto. Pero hindi nag-i-exist sa mundo. Na point A to point B, point B to point A to point B na naman. Kumbaga, nagpaulit-ulit. Kasi I don't want to accuse eh. Masyado na kasing maingay. And there's too many noise. And that creates confusion lalo sa tao. Eh sabi ko nga sa mga atabs natin, kaya pakialam yan, hayaan nyo yung ICI. Sila ang itinalaga ng Pangulo. Ang habulin natin, meron ba silang obligasyon sa Maynila? Yun, obligasyon natin sa taong bayan nyo. So far, I don't know if you heard any cities na nakasingil o nakakolekta. Kami, as far as the city of Manila, at least maglakad man ako na kahit sa sulok sa Manila, matangos ang ilong ko na masabi sa mga taga Manila, uy, nadali natin, na kolektahan natin. Ito nga pala yung binili natin, o pinagpagawa ko pala ng hospital ng Sampalo, o pinagpagawa pala natin ng ganito, binayad ko sa utang natin, and so on and so on. Yun naman ang at the end of the day. Because I think, the president for that matter is really into it. Now, how far they will go, that's another story to tell. Kaya hayaan ko na yung mga nakatalaga na siya sa atin at sampahan ng kaso. Kami naman, pag may interest kami na mapagkakaitan kami ng aming interest, ayun ang habulin. Yun naman ang ko sa inyo.
Okay, last two questions dahil merong importante rin pupuntahan pa si Mayor. Si Andy na lang muna, Ate Sibilya.
Morning, Mayor. Mayor, transport problem ng Metro Manila talaga sa Pindelo. Every day there's traffic. Our roads are getting smaller because yung mga ambal. Anong plano ng Manila in the near future because transport, traffic, and mga walkways natin dito sa Manila?
One, I don't know if you watched about a month ago when Secretary Baines then as DOTR. Kasi talagang growing concern yan sa Manila. Access to public transport. Now, the NMRC or something to that effect. Sa North rito nung araw, is now coming in Manila side, Manila portion. And the Japanese and Indonesians and Secretary Baines, we were talking in the streets. They were happy because when they wrote me a letter when I issued, I immediately called for a meeting. And they were happy because they've been doing that for the past 2 years at nakausap nila yung tengang kawali. 2 years. 2 years ago pa pala, dapat nasa loob na ng Maynila itong project na ito. But the local government of Manila at that time never bothered to call the layup, the ROW problem, the letter of no objection of the city government. There are requirements. Alam mo, the modesty aside, I think you can ask them straight. Nag-apply ng lono. Today, the following day, nakuha nila yung lono. Because that is my answer to you. The long-term solution for the city of Manila and other municipality is to create more access vertically for public transport and roads. Duplication of roads above vertical. And public transport vertically. That's the end game for our children and for my grandchildren later on. And that's why sabi ko, pasapag sa Maynila, tirahin nyo na ng tirahin lahat. Kung buusin nyo na lahat yan, gusto ko matapos yan under our watch. So that we can connect. And modesty aside, I don't know if you remember, nung papasok na yung Skyway sa Manila, I was there as Vice Mayor and as Mayor. I was there as Vice Mayor of the Sobel, Quirino, Linao, Sobel, Quirino, Zamora to deploy the support of the local government na idugtong yung Makati, Parañaque, or what you call Alabang Skyway. Then when I became mayor, I don't know if you see the timeline, no? Nung papasok na from Quezon City yung Skyway para lumanding sa Stop and Shop, Santa Mesa. Ano yun, naprobahan ko rin yun. So my point is, do we have a capacity about building these things? Wala kaming kapasidad. Do the national government? Meron? Yes. Kaya the least thing that we can do is to support. That's one. Second, we try to manage traffic in the city. And the uniqueness of the city of Manila compared to other 17 LGUs in Metro Manila, we are the host of two ports, the domestic and international. Under domestic, there is one. Pier 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Now, international, we have two, ATI and ICTSI. Tapos may small boat port pa kami. Yung nagsiserve sa Batanes. Nandiyan sila sa Pasig River or what you call Delta. These are small boats, no? Na bumabiyahe sa mga inter-island. Mga liliit na barko. So my point is, there will be more 40-footer containers, 20-footer containers, about 4,000 of them will come in and out of the city 24 hours a day. About 4,000. May laman o wala. Now, here comes the new project. As you can see with R10, dumuktong na sa Nabotas area. Lumanding na eh. Nakita mo yung landing. Pero makikita mo sa R10 mismo, nakatayo na yung poste. And that poste will create skyway going inside the port. Yes. It will land on the port, inside the port, and two options, meron na siyang dalawang option. To go in the streets, if it is nearby, or if it is for Bulacan, sa ibabaw sila. Now, across that street, which is what you call the Recto Avenue. Recto Avenue. So, there is a port again, what you call ICTSI. That ICTSI port, there will be a bridge connecting Baseco and ATI. Not a bridge for us to cross, but for the trucks to cross and be connected towards north. And exiting the same thing that they access to the Anda Circle. Yes. Now, we are waiting for the finished plan because I approved it by principle when I was a mayor then, the connection of the Arranque MRT up to Del Pan or Asuncion. Yes. That LRT, the Cubao, the Marikina Cubao LRT or what you call MRT, whatever you call it RT, but that train, no, from Arranque, iduduktong na yun hanggang Asuncion, which is the dulo of Recto, or up to Arten. That's another project. Iduduktong yun. But I told them ahead of time the city will not object. Now, in a good weather, this is, I don't know, maybe abutin natin in our lifetime. In a good weather, as you can see, the Tutuban portion, the left side portion of Tutuban is not being touched or developed. Dating train station. Not being developed or touched because of the future development there. So the one that I'm telling you, lahat ng bakokang ko sa tuhod is alaala ng pagkakamali na nakaraan. And it reminds me, okay, sige, okay na yan. Let's move on with our life, way forward. But those will teach me lesson. And I will utilize it, not to create the same mistake again. Now, for now, ay nakisuyo talaga ako sa misis ko. With all, ito wala nang ano. This is something personal that I may share with you. Nakisuyo talaga ako sa misis ko at saka sa mga anak ko. Na payagan ako bumalik. Kaya saksi ang Diyos. Wala na ako, todas na ako. Ano na ako eh. Nasa pahingahan na ako talaga. I'm trying to get back to lost time being with my family. Because most of you here, especially nung pandemic, is a witness na kinaligtaan ko ang pamilya ko. As long as they're safe, they're okay. Hindi ko yan inuwihan. I think maraming beses akong may pagkukulang sa kanila. Kaya lamang, yung narating ko sa buhay ay dala ng utang na loob ko sa Diyos at sa mga taga-Tondo, Maynila. Dahil simula ako sa doon. When they ask for me, bumalik ka na, hindi ako pwedeng magtengang kawalin. Kasi at some level, I need to pay back, do things, and listen sa request ng tao. It took a while for my family to, especially my wife. Talaga, ayaw akong payagan. Kasi nga, alam nilang hindi na naman ako uuwi, alam na naman nilang hindi ako matutulog, alam na naman nilang, alam mo yung parang sinisiliya sa puwede. They know it eh. Kaya siguro naman, kung total, bumalik naman na ako, at salamat sa mga taga-Maynila,